We know that Gen Z loves instant feedback. Did you know that Google Sheets, Google Spreadsheets can provide them with that? It's way easier than you think. This video, I'm going to show you how to use conditional formatting in Google Sheets to provide instant feedback to your students. These sheets can be used in class as homework, as fast finishers, as differentiators, as remediation. The possibilities are endless. Google Sheets. I never thought that I would use them as a language teacher. They have quickly become one of my favorite activities. We have a joke in my family. My husband is a math guy by trade, and he spends his entire day on Excel. When we plan a trip, I make a PowerPoint or a slide deck, and my husband makes a spreadsheet. I have never had any interest in learning how to use Excel or Google Sheets spreadsheet features. And then I started seeing things pop up on the internet. I started seeing things on social media of teachers using spreadsheets in class. And so one night I was working on spreadsheets, trying to figure it out, and would like to give a shout out to my husband for teaching me how to do all of this. It's incredible. There's so much we can do with spreadsheets. Who knew? Who knew? So here's the basic thing that I want to show you today for Google Sheets. This is like spreadsheets for activities 101. The next video that I will show you will have a little bit more of an advanced thing that you can do with spreadsheets. But what we're going to do here, we're going to go File Google Sheets. A spreadsheet will pop up. We'll take a deep breath because this feels new and different, and I was so overwhelmed and intimidated by sheets at first. So we can make these really pretty and we can make them really basic. There are so many different things that you can do, but we're going to start really basic. We know that our students want immediate feedback, and we can't give that to them because we are not machines, but we have machines that can. So what we're going to do here, let's just make this like a present tense conjugation practice. Okay. We're going to say, yo, Sarah. Ella, dar. Nosotros, ir. Okay. Very basic, right? Very, very, very basic. I just want my students to conjugate the verbs here in this column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to format. I always go to the wrong one. Format, conditional formatting. Format, conditional formatting. And this is going to pop up, conditional format rules. So we say apply to range B2. That's the cell we're in. Format cells if text is exactly soy. If you type in text is exactly your answer, and then you can have it either change the text to that color or you can have it change the cell. I like having it change the cell. Done. Watch. Let's say I put S. Oh, it's wrong. Ready? Ready? Immediate feedback. It tells the students right away that they are correct. So soy, da, vamos. Oh, wait, hold on. We haven't formatted these yet. Here's what we're going to do. Take those. You can format it with that in there, but okay. Format, conditional formatting, B3, text is exactly, da. Now conditional formatting is already up, B4, text is exactly, vamos. Give them immediate feedback. This is the most basic of the basic. You can obviously change your font. Please change your font. I am personally offended by Arial and Times New Roman. It's a running joke in my department that I Can't handle them. You can get fancy and put a border on your cells. So many things you can do. You can change the color here. Um, you can play around with it, but the most important thing is that conditional formatting. I'm going to show you one of my activities that I've made using conditional formatting so that you can see what it can look like if you make it pretty. So I did a tiered preterite versus imperfect Disney activity. This is my favorite flowchart, just to help students learn when to use preterite, when to use imperfect. So I start with Finding Nemo. I used the extensive knowledge I have of Disney movies from being the mother of a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I actually made this image in Canva. I made just the image there, downloaded it, and then I inserted it. I did the same thing with the directions here and the flow chart. I did file. Nope, I did insert. Insert. I told you, sheets are a little intimidating to me. Insert image over cells. Okay, in cell is going to keep it like in that box. Over cells means that it can go on top. And then I just inserted that image right here. So what I wanted the students to do, because this is for my students who are at like level 1, who are still needing help with level 1 of understanding, not of Spanish, level 1 of understanding with preterite versus imperfect. I wanted them to first decide if the verb should be preterite or imperfect and then conjugate. So the directions tell us, as you read, mark whether the verb should be preterite or imperfect, P or I, in the P or I column. If your answer is correct, it will turn green. If it's incorrect, it will turn red. Once you have the right answer, conjugate it. And if your conjugation is correct, it'll turn yellow. A little bit wordy directions, don't love them, but I do love the activity. So había una vez un pez que, all right, I know that this is going to be imperfect. It turns green. Llamarse, so now I need to conjugate. Say llamaba. Turns yellow, I know that I'm correct. Now let's say that I put preterite here, which is not correct. It turns red, I know that I have to go back and change that. And then I conjugate my verb there. Now let's say I put this imperfect, and let's say that I conjugate it wrong. Anybody with me on Taniba? It's not turning yellow. It's not turning yellow for them, so they know that it's wrong, and they know that they need to change it. So again, it's that immediate feedback that helps them know what they're doing. I do the same thing in Tangled as well, where they have to go through preterite versus imperfect and conjugate. Now, I get a little bit fancier here in Moana and Frozen. I use if codes, which I'll show you in a different video as well. But again, conditional formatting, very simple. If I'm in here, format conditional formatting, you'll see that in this cell, if the text was I, it turned green. And if it was P, it turned red. And my conjugate, this is why it doesn't turn red if they're wrong. It has to be exactly se amaba in order to turn yellow. I could, and some people like to make all of these boxes red so they know that they're wrong until it's right. I personally think that it's fine staying white as well. So that is how conditional formatting can work for you to give your students immediate feedback. I hope that this was helpful. I hope you learned something, and I hope that this made Google Sheets a little bit less intimidating if you were intimidated like I was.